Good morning. I hope you're having a great Saturday so far. I'm Jeff Isom, the Director of Sales and Training for Niken, and we're excited to have you here at this Business Strategies Workshop. We have a lot of experts with us this morning, and I'm going to be relying on your help to make sure that people understand the power of this amazing incentive program that we have, the PowerHouse. That's what we're discussing this morning. And this really is a way to supercharge your Niken business, whether you're just beginning or whether you've been a consultant for some time. It's a fantastic way to build a client base, to start a team, to work with upline, and for both upline and newer consultants to receive fantastic benefits. So we're going to be talking about the PowerHouse today. It really is a great opportunity to share the product experience with other people, especially one of our key products, the waterfall, which is such an amazing technology and creates such amazing results. And also to really enjoy the business experience, the experience of sharing Niken with others. So thank you everyone for being with us this morning. What is a powerhouse? What is the Niken powerhouse? Essentially, a Niken powerhouse is three customers who start their wellness home, who create this amazing environment to live in, to thrive in, to benefit from. And they start their wellness home experience with a PyMag waterfall. So this is a product that is revolutionary, that's based on our amazing natural technologies, incorporates the ability for the body to really be in an optimal state, and to create health in a natural way. So the waterfall is an amazing product for someone to start their wellness home with. And a powerhouse is helping three new customers discover the waterfall and make that a foundation for their wellness home. In addition to that, it's beginning a powerhouse with one new consultant who does at least 500 PPV. And the reason we want to do this is we want to start a strong business. We want to start with a solid structure, a solid foundation, and having three new clients, three new customers who are starting their wellness home with a waterfall, as well as having a new consultant as part of our burgeoning or beginning business is a fantastic way to start. And even for someone who has been in Niken for a while, this is a great way to supercharge or to get your business going while receiving amazing benefits. So what is the benefit? What are the benefits that come from doing a powerhouse? And we'll review these briefly, and then I'd like to get some experiences, some testimonies from those of you who have done a powerhouse, before we look at some of the financials, some of the things that can be benefited from by doing a powerhouse. So when you start your wellness home with your new customers, when you start a wellness home with your new customers and they purchase a waterfall, the benefit that's received per waterfall is $60. So if you sell one waterfall, the cash bonus that you receive, and there's no restriction on the number of waterfalls that you can sell, no restrictions on the number of powerhouses you can do, $60 per waterfall. Now, that waterfall does need to be sold through a Start My Wellness Home link, and we'll take a look at the back office to make sure that everyone knows where those links can be generated. But one waterfall, $60 bonus, two waterfalls, $120 bonus, three waterfalls, $180 cash bonus. So every waterfall creates a bonus of $60, which is an amazing benefit to receive for selling a waterfall. And then in order to complete the powerhouse, and you can see in the graphic, we have the three people below who have purchased their waterfalls. They're all smiling because they're happy to have this amazing product in their home. And above, you see a new consultant who's done 500 PPV. And that completes the powerhouse. So it's these four individuals, three people who have purchased a waterfall. an additional individual who has signed up as a consultant and done at least 500 ppv, and then that creates an additional bonus of 120 US dollars. So at this point, we're at $300, 300 from doing the PowerHouse, 180 in bonuses from each individual waterfall, and then for completing the PowerHouse, an additional $120. So when you look at this graph on the side, the total bonuses together, when you take your retail income, which is paid weekly, that's 280. 3 new waterfall customers, the bonuses there is 180. And then completing the PowerHouse, 120. So 580 is the total amount, plus your rebates and overrides on top of that. But the 580 is the amount for doing the PowerHouse. How many of you have completed? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've completed a PowerHouse. Just curious. So you see a lot of individuals that are with us today. Can someone share with us, why have you been excited about this program? Why have you been excited to use the PowerHouse program to get started? So sharing waterfalls with others, the benefits from that, recruiting a new consultant and helping them to get started on their NECAN journey. Why has the PowerHouse been exciting for you? Anybody want to share with the group this morning? Ruth Lowe.
I said the wrong
You thought that was coming, Ruth. It's going to be either you or Barb Satterwhite. So Ruth, we'll call on Barb in a second. Ruth, what has excited you about the PowerHouse program?
So I do like that it's fairly simple to explain, and we're focusing on one product line. And waterfall is a very, personally, I think it's a very easy thing for me to share with people. So I like that we're focusing on one product line. It gets people in the door, right? Because they start with the water and then they feel great and they love it. Then they'll be like, oh, so what can you do for back? Or what can you do for this or whatever? And then you can add things to it. I like that it's unlimited. You can sell as many waterfalls with this link. And then they can save in shipping. I mean, they save $35 in shipping approximately. So I like the ease of using the link. Yeah, I think it's fairly easy. That one slide that you showed is right there, right? The 3 people plus the new consultant. But I do want to add that you can have one of those customers upgrade throughout the month to a consultant and then do 500 points. And that one person can double count for both. One is your customer and also as part of your consultant. So that's kind of nice to have that benefit. If somebody gets in and gets excited and really says, oh, I want to share with others. And then you can teach them to do the PowerHouse. And then so I think the nice way that it flows works out really well for the PowerHouse.
Ruth, thank you. Yeah, that is important to remember, that free shipping is included as part of doing the PowerHouse through this link. So that's a huge benefit for someone to receive that as part of purchasing their waterfall as part of a PowerHouse. Dave, what is the J? What is the J initial? I've not seen that before. What is the J initial?
Well, that's my first name, John.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Dave, share with us.
Okay, so I got a completely different take on this, because that's why we started this project in the first place. And it's on the basis of 2 things. 1, what we do, and 2, how we do what we do. So what we do are 2 things. 1 is we find customers, and 2, we find distributors. And that's been the historic since day 1 of NECAN. And that's all we do. We don't do anything else because we're not certified to do anything else other than to do those 2 things. Now, the key is in how you communicate to others so they understand and can think with what you're talking about, so they can apply what you're talking about. And the challenge we've had for a number of years was not having something exciting to talk about. Now, the process of getting somebody involved with this business is, for most of us, quite unique. In if we look at our history and we look at from day one till present time, it was always based on beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Now, the key to making the business work is doing the activities of the business. And that's like anything else in the world. If you go to a job, you got to go to work. You can't just go to the job and sit there and twiddle your thumbs. You got to go do the work, put in your time, and based on the reward is going to dictate the intensity. So one of the things, and I'm going to go back a little bit because this is where this came from. In 2010, we were running through a similar situation, and we had a product called Bone Health with OsteoDents and with Dr. Naidu, and this product was revolutionary. But what was needed was the story to allow the consultant to communicate to the public. And so we created the story around bone health, and around it, it became the #1 product of the company and became the #1 way to sign up other people, because what you want them to see and understand is they can do what you're saying. So I think the strategy here is to learn okay, yeah, some people are going to do this. It was like we used to have the 21K and the 60K and all those different things. Some people are going to use this in different ways. So you as a business person need to strategize the various ways that you can apply the PowerHouse. And it's to, again, there's so many ways that this can go, but the most part, and here was the fun part, we had a girl 2 months ago that came into Deacon brand new. Somebody told her about the PowerHouse, and she sold 3 of them and went silver in 1 month, because she didn't know any different. And she used it as a tool. Now, does everybody do that? No. But the idea is that you can communicate a way for other people to see and understand how to use it. So what I liked about this program was it gave us and those that were actually doing the work a new story. Something new to talk about, something new to get somebody else interested, something new to utilize, but at the same time, very beneficial, like anything else. If you do the work, you'll get the results. If you don't do the work, you don't get the results. So that then goes back to this. To employ this program, you need to have people that are serious about wanting to do it, because it takes that action, it takes that activity, it takes that, knocking on the door, making the phone calls, doing all that stuff to get it going. So anyway, that's why I liked it.
Dave, thank you. Something, as you were talking about this new person, this new silver who, latched onto this program and benefited from it, they needed someone to help them, though, to understand the programs and the benefits from building the business. And one of the great things that's been built into the PowerHouse program is it doesn't just reward the person who's doing the PowerHouse or starting the business, but it also rewards their upline sponsor. So the person who helps them understand how to go about contacting people, reaching out to people, some of the benefits of our products, the upline sponsor also gets a bonus. They actually get a $200 cash bonus. When their new consultant completes the PowerHouse, the new consultant, in addition to the $180 for selling the 3 waterfalls and the retail profits, the new consultant gets that $120 bonus, and the upline sponsor gets a $200 bonus. Is there anybody who'd be willing to share their story being the upline sponsor of someone who's completed a PowerHouse? So you received that $200 bonus, and how did you go about helping the person to understand the PowerHouse and complete it? Is there someone who could speak about that? I know we've got at least someone on here who has helped someone to complete a PowerHouse as the upline sponsor. Dave, please.
Well, again, a slightly different story. I didn't do anything to help this person do it, but they did it and I got the $200. So
yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, And I'm sure she was happy for you, right? I'm sure she was.
Oh God, yeah, she was really happy for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But more importantly, on the again, it's the Cinderella story, really. It's like if the shoe fits and the circumstances are right, and it's a strategy to help them get what they want, then that's the key. It's like how, again, there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. And I'm a strategist, so I always looked at, okay, who am I dealing with? What's their circumstances? Where are they going? What are they trying to accomplish? And how can we get that done? And if we look at life as the mirror image to mimicry, then it's like, how many different houses are there? How many different suits are there? How many different hats are there? How many different clothes are there? How many different shirts are there? Sweaters, jewelry, cars, everything. It's all different. So it's really, if you put your head around this strategy, it's a tool. And again, I'm a carpenter, so I like to do carpentry. So I have probably 20 different saws. They're a tool. I don't use the same saw all the time, but I have the choice because I understand. So the focus here is to understand how to use this, when to use it, so that you can maximize your benefits, the person you're working with, et cetera, et cetera.
Dave, thank you. We just finished our PowerHouse call for the Spanish market in North America, in the US and Canada. And there's someone in Miami who is working with a new consultant, and they've helped them to complete multiple powerhouses. So they're definitely using it as a tool, as a strategy to really accelerate and get the business started. So as an upline, helping multiple people, helping a person complete multiple powerhouses, it's a great strategy to create some benefit, some excitement, a story to tell, as Dave is sharing, in using this program. So the powerhouse is based on this foundational product, our waterfall, $468. It includes free shipping. And I know many of you have seen this chart before, but it just shows the difference between starting your business without using the powerhouse and starting your business with using the powerhouse. So we're just going to go through these two slides really quickly. In this first slide, 4 waterfalls are sold, and you can see that there is substantial retail profit that comes from doing that. And there is some benefit to the upline from the compensation that they receive. But you can see that there is a pretty magical difference that happens when you actually use the powerhouse and include that individual. And you can see the person right here who is signing up as a consultant. So we have our 3 people who are purchasing waterfalls, but by adding that individual who becomes a consultant, starts their business, does 500 PPV, the silver upline is now getting a $200 bonus, which takes their total compensation to $318. And the senior executive, the new person who's starting out their business doing their powerhouse, almost $800 in compensation. So there's a pretty significant difference. As those individuals continue moving on to their second month, if they really get excited and sell a consistent number of waterfalls, there's a big difference again. We'll look at the difference between not using the powerhouse and now, this next slide, using the powerhouse. Tremendous difference in compensation for the upline as well as the individual who is completing the powerhouse. Third month, we can see the difference between not doing a powerhouse and just adding that powerhouse in. So signing up at least one person as a consultant, and the total earnings by doing the powerhouse over 3 months, 1,000 in benefits for that silver with those 3 powerhouses completed as the upline, or whoever the upline might be. And then that new consultant, 3,769 for completing those powerhouses. So there's a tremendous number of benefits that can be received from including the powerhouse in a business, a Nikken business environment. Barb, would you mind sharing with us how you've used the PowerHouse to um, get some excitement going in your group and with the consultants you work with, or for yourself as
Well,
a seasoned Nikken consultant?
yeah, thanks. I completed it. I have not had anybody else complete, but like Dave just pointed out, it has to be the right person and they have to be willing to do the work. But what I point, like what Ruth pointed out is what I like about this is it's succinct, it's easy to follow, it's a path, and it's a focus. I mean, it helps you stop being all over the map with what we have and focus on one thing. And the real benefit for the new person is more money. So I like the concept a lot, and it's just finding the right people. And Dave, I have to say, I'm sure you helped your person. You acted like you didn't help them. I'm sure you did. So definitely it's a great program, and it's a great what's the word I want? I think more than anything, because we've all been wanting a quote little system or a quote little way to do something, and this is so easy. And water is one of the most important things. I love talking about water. So I think it's really good. We just need, just to keep finding the right people and promote it, because it has its value, and mainly because the income not only, but the fact that it's easy, it's duplicatable, all of the above. So that's my take.
No, I didn't help her, and it was Sherry Danzig that got the PowerHouse done.
Oh,
And so I get
Dave?
this check for $200, and I'm saying, the hell is that for? What did I do? Where did this come from?
now we hear the
Anyway,
truth.
Dave, you're
Yeah,
a
of
master
course.
coach and trainer. Just accept the praise. But Barb, you have really excelled in creating a team and really helping people feel included and involved. And I think that's a gift that you definitely have. And we have a lot of individuals on this call who have amazing and tremendous gifts. And I think one of the great things about being able to work together as a Nikken team is we're able to leverage each other's strengths. And in doing so, be a lot more powerful working together as a team. So I think that's incredibly exciting. I do want to share, just so people are aware, if you haven't done a PowerHouse yet, or if you are looking at completing one, and this program is going to continue throughout the rest of the year. It's an amazing opportunity to really benefit. But if you go into your back office, you'll notice that there is a link at the top that says tools. And if you'll click on this link on that front page, it will take you to a following page that has a lot of links down below, but it's actually at the top you want to go to. So you see at the top, you see enroll, where you can enroll a new consultant. Yes, start and build. You want to click on that start link. So when you click on the start link, it's going to help take you to a location where you can actually find the links. You do need to sell your waterfall through a link that will help your customer to get all of the benefits. And you'll notice there are two buttons: generate link for a registered customer. So if you already have the person registered and they have a customer ID, you can go and enter it there and you can create the link through that button. Or you can generate the link for the non-registered customer. You'll just choose the country the person is in, their name, put in an email, and then you can send a link that way. So this is the location for generating the links. Down below, you'll also find a chart with information that shows all of your link information, all the data that's connected with those links that you've sold. So this is where you go in order to generate the links. And that is an important component of doing this program. Does anyone have any questions about the PowerHouse or completing a PowerHouse, the benefits that come from doing a PowerHouse? Anyone have any questions or comments they want to share with the group this morning?
I do, Jeff.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Nora.
Um, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I understand one of our participants to this Zoom class? Did she mention the 3 new customers, and one of them later on became a consultant with 500 points, and that made her the powerhouse?
Barb, did you share that, or Ruth?
It was Ruth.
Ruth, would you share that with us?
Yes. So you have 3 customers that each do a waterfall, and then one of those customers decide, oh, I want to share, so I think I want to be a consultant, and they join with the $39.95, become a consultant. Now they've already counted as one of your powerhouse people for the 3 customers, but then in that same month, it has to be in the same month, they join as a consultant, and then they share with somebody else, or whether it's a waterfall or anything, but they generate 500 ppv. Then that completes the powerhouse. And so this one person gets double counted. It's counted once as a customer for the powerhouse. It gets double counted a second time when it becomes 500 points. So for me, that's the biggest bang for your buck. Now, you've not grown your team by 4 people. You've only grown it by 3. So the advantage of if you truly had 3 customers and 1 consultant, that's 4 new people on your team. But I think that if you have somebody that's excited as a customer and wants to share, that's a wonderful way to finish up a powerhouse. I hope that makes sense.
It does to me, and it excites me.
Awesome.
Because that's not the optimum way to go to make a powerhouse, but technically it does make a powerhouse, correct?
Yeah, as Ruth explained, technically you can create a powerhouse with 3 individuals. If you have one of those individuals purchasing a waterfall through the link, and then afterwards decide, yeah, I'm going to become a consultant. They get excited about the business opportunity. They can become a consultant, do 500 ppv, and you've completed the powerhouse. So that is exciting. Ruth, thank you for explaining that for us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Nora. Barb.
Thank you.
What you might want to do is share with anybody, especially anybody that's new, where they can get the details, the slides on what you just presented on the powerhouse. Where do they find that?
Ruth, can you help remind us?
Well, you can go to the tools where it talks to the communication, but you have to scroll all the way down. I'm trying to think. I have the original pictures, so I'm not.
You can go to the incentives as well. Under incentives, the very first thing would be powerhouse. So that's one way.
Also, yes. So if you don't go on the top, you can go into documents, and the incentive program is there. But that, I'm trying to look. Yes, the powerhouse is all there. Those pictures are all there. Yeah. You want to pull it up, or I could share screen if you want.
Go ahead and share your screen, Ruth. You have permissions.
Because I think it's important for people to see how easy it is to share it.
So, let me go back one. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. So here I was under business tools, and then I clicked on document library, and this pops up, and I went down to incentives and recognition, and here's incentive. Click on English, and there's the incentive program. And you scroll down, the first thing that comes up, here's the overall, the powerhouse, the 18K mentor elite, and the travel club. And then the very first one they talk about is powerhouse. So here's the picture with the 3 customers. Oh, I'm sorry, my pictures in your way. Sorry. And so it's all here, and how much you make, and then the upline sponsor. So those 4 pages, the qualification periods, one should be done in 1 calendar month, and what you get for it. Yep, and that's it. So then it goes on to the next one is 18K, which I think you're going to share, right? So that's where it is. It's under documents, which is under, sorry, I'm going to go back one more time. So under documents, which is under business tools. Yeah. Thanks.
Ruth, thank you. I'll also share that on WhatsApp and make sure that people can have access to those PDFs just for the Powerhouse so they can review on their own if they'd like to. Dave.
I have another strategy, if you don't mind, if you want me to share it.
That would be great, Dave.
Okay. So when the Powerhouse came out, I thought to myself, some of you've heard this, that, well, I need to do this myself. And so I needed somebody to talk to. So I did some promotion. I found a new person, and the new person wanted to be a distributor. Didn't want to be a customer, wanted to be a distributor. So I still got her to do the Powerhouse. And the reason why I did that was I used it as a teaching moment for her to understand that if she's talking to people and she gets them, there's a couple of routes you can go here. One, you want to get your wellness home going. One, you want to learn how to make money. One, you want to teach other people how to do it. So I signed her up, and she got her waterfall through the Powerhouse program. I made my $60 extra bonus. But then from the standpoint of me doing the Powerhouse, I realized that it would be better for me to help her than go find somebody new because of my business. So that was a strategy for Dave. But at the same time, she then became a distributor right after. So she then got to see how to do it. And then she duplicated that action to the next person, got them to get a Powerhouse, and then created a distributor, got them to become a Powerhouse and created a distributor. And we just kept that going. And so again, it's strategy. It's just taking a look at the tool and utilizing it based on the circumstances that you gotta, that you're confronted with. So it's just another way.
Dave, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions or comments this morning about our Powerhouse? This is a training that's focusing just on that strategy, that tool that's part of our incentive program. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for this Powerhouse training this morning. We are excusing Luis Kasuga. He's traveling this morning, so he wasn't able to be with us, but Luis will be with us as always on our Powerhouse trainings in the future. I want to thank Dave and Barb and Ruth for contributing this morning with some great knowledge, and thank all of you for joining us. So thank you again for being part of this Powerhouse training this morning, and we'll see everybody soon. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.